Hi, I'm Sharon Karn, and I'm here to chat with you today about butterflies, human butterflies, you and me. Our cocoon stage as a human family is coming to an end. Can you feel it? Are you feeling squeezed? In May of 2020, during the pandemic lockdowns, I wrote a blog called Caterpillar Soup. In that blog, I shared the transmutation process that a butterfly undergoes in its cocoon or chrysalis while it's becoming a butterfly. If you would like to read that blog, there's a link to it below the video. As a human family, we are in the same process of transmutation. We are completely changing from a carbon-based life form to a crystalline-based life form. And this is a necessary change in order for us to move into our next level of evolution and embody more light. This shift is also a perceptual shift where we evolve from interpreting our world with only our five senses to where we perceive our world from a more holographic and expanded perspective, seeing the whole picture, the whole. And chaos is an essential part of the process of reorganizing an organism to a higher level of order or harmony. You're probably feeling the intensification of that too. Chaos squeezes big time. Every part of our inner and outer world is being transformed. Does it feel like you're being challenged at every turn? Does it feel like every button is being pushed? Trying to hang on to the way things used to be will only result in bigger squeezes or bigger buttons. Well, it's time. It's time. It's time to leave the sanctuary of the cocoon. You have outgrown it. That's why you may be feeling squeezed. When you emerge from the cocoon, there's a time of rest and orientation. When the butterfly emerges, it doesn't even know it has wings. Before the cocoon, it only knew munching on a leaf to grow. It was a completely different organism. Well, as the butterfly's wings dry and are stretched out, completely new and expanded possibilities appear in front of that butterfly. Everything is different. Well, it's the same for you. As you emerge from the cocoon, your body may look the same, but everything is different. As you spread your wings to dry, you begin to see everything from a completely different perspective. You are evolving and transforming what it means to be human. And there can be growing pains. You are expanding your awareness and you are dipping your toes into your infinite capacity. So if you feel the walls of your cocoon squeezing you, push back, ask questions, demand honest answers from the wisdom within your heart. On one of those pushes, you will open a crack in the cocoon and emerge to test those new wings. Then the learning curve will expand, as will potential and possibilities. Everything is different. So here's a few tips on how to squeeze back. The first one is all about hot buttons. I know I'm getting some of mine pushed, and I'm sure you are too. I encourage you and invite you to develop a curiosity about the buttons. Stare them in the face and demand to know their purpose. Ask questions. Here's a few examples of the questions that you can ask. And I can also say you are ready for the answers. So here's one question. Where does this button come from anyway? Journal about that if you need to. Here's another question. How did it get there in the first place? Food for thought. And another, how is it that such a small thing can explode into a major storm? I know we've all had those drama queen or drama king moments. I know I certainly have. And another question, why do people keep pushing them? And I guess a secondary question you could ask to that one is, what is there still left to learn? What is there that I still don't know about this button? And another one, why do I keep responding with the same storm when they're being pushed? And how can I respond instead? I hope that's got the wheels turning a little bit on how to manage those hot buttons. Instead of going through storm after storm, you've got some alternatives. Okay, so here's another one. And this one's important too. Know your mind. Become a student of the incessant chatter of your ego mind. Notice the content of the chatter. The content of this chatter is rarely positive. I'm sure you've noticed that, and it's certainly not encouraging. Release any judgment about the content of this chatter as much as you're tempted to judge it. Allow it. Allow no judgment of it. Allow that. Recognize that the flow of this chatter is not you. You are the one who observes the chatter. Okay. Now, another one is community. Community is essential. We are evolving into a form of collective consciousness. That's our next step, part of it. Quantum physics has already shown us how interconnected everything is. Evolving into a collective consciousness is the acknowledgement that we are already connected with each other and everything that exists. But now this connection is becoming conscious. It's becoming conscious. And that demands a whole new level of individual responsibility, as everything we think and do affects the whole. It always has. We just haven't been conscious of it. Things are different now. We are becoming conscious of it. And that takes that whole new level of responsibility. And that is a whole new learning curve. Now, another tip I have for you is to set boundaries within this sea of chaos that we're living in right now. It's an energetic soup. It always has been, but right now it's very turbulent. So, including when you're setting those boundaries, energetic boundaries. As you expand your awareness and dip your toes into your infinite capacity, you'll still be immersed in this energetic soup of a collapsing world. So boundaries are essential. To support you with this, I invite you to join the Understanding Energetic Boundaries Challenge. It's a 21-day challenge from September 8th to September 28th. It's for highly sensitive people who are deeply affected by this energy of emotions and sea around them. This can also include sensitivity to animals, things, places, or the earth itself. Now, this is an essential skill, and I'm bringing this challenge forward now because we have an intensification of that sea of energy collapsing world around us. So I invite you to check it out. The link is below the video. And ask in your heart if it feels right for you. And come on and join us. You'll be doing daily journaling. There's a 34-page handbook for you to download or journal. It's free. There will be a place in a private group where we can share our thoughts and our feelings as we explore these boundaries and as we expand our possibilities and potential. And also, there will be 3 live classes. So I invite you, click the link below the video and consider joining us. It's time to really squeeze back on that cocoon. I look forward to seeing you soon.